One, one, two, three. I am a guy from a place. Charm City Bipper, Keith the Vandal. Marquise is the name my mama gave me. I'm reporting live from the field. I am currently at Lake Montebello. I have made a discovery this morning that leaves me a little unsettled. I would hope that this project doesn't take long, but there are pull-up bars missing, and there's a gate around the area that once held an amazing space. I honestly, I'm looking forward to whatever it comes back as. I'm hoping that there are a lot of voices involved in the update. I'm also hoping that there's a public restroom. Just some things to make it a little bit easier out here, you know. But as I said, I'm reporting live from the field next to Big Maple. I think it's Maple. I'm just making things up at this point, but I'm in a good space this morning. My watch is asking me, am I finished my workout? 2 miles in about 20 minutes. I stopped a while ago, but I didn't pause the watch, so it says 26 minutes. It's about 2.78 miles on the bike. Really in love with the bike. I love nature. I love early mornings. So I'm exploring that more and more. This morning, I am thinking about grace. I'm thinking about letting go. I'm thinking about those terms that I speak so often about in mindfulness. I'm watching two planes cross the sky. I'm watching the sun rise higher and higher into the early morning. It is 6:24. I'm just like grateful. I had a cold recently. For some reason, I find a way to have colds or just immense moments of weakness that make me have to sit in the house during some of the busier times in my city. Last week, there was like so many dope events by Black Ass Flea Market. There was AFRAM Saturday and Sunday, some of the hotter days of the week. One of my good friends and just a brother of mine that I'm grateful for, um, he was a part of a mental health event that I didn't get to go to. And get to go to was funny. I don't think I had to go to. I think I really needed to rest. And it's interesting because I live in this space of shame at times. Like, oh, well, you could recover well enough to show up. And then it's like, but for who? To say I did? To say I did? Because that don't really help. I spit a little further. That don't really help. To say I did doesn't really help. It feels good in the moment, I guess. It helps me appease my ego, and it helps me deal with that thing within me that's like I don't want anybody to be able to say. And then it's like, who cares what they're able to say? I was talking to someone I love recently about forgiveness and letting go and the power of surrender, and it's so refreshing. And we talked about not letting everybody know my story. And that's something I struggle with, but I don't really struggle with it, to be honest. I like for people to know my story. I like for people to know my testimony. I like for people to know how far God has brought me. I like for people to have a clear sense of who I was, why I was, when I was. Because the first part is I get to tell a story, right? I love a first-person narrative. I love a, what do they call it, first-person source. We learned it in we learned it in school. It's like there's the third person, there's the second person. It's like who actually went through it. I went through it. I want to talk about it, right? I want to talk about it because there's a lot of narratives that end up floating. Even when I wasn't in a space where like I'm actively influencing, I'm actively leaving impressions on people, I was talked about in like elementary through middle school. I'm in the same school the whole time, right? From kindergarten, like not even kindergarten, pre-K to 8th grade, I'm in the same building with the same individuals. And I learned early on that what you do follows you. And also what you do follows the people behind you that are related to you. So I had siblings younger than me that had to walk in my shadow. And I would often hear from friends like who were the younger sibling that their siblings set a precedent for their whole family that made it difficult for them in school, and I watched it be difficult. And I was the first. I had a cousin that was older than me, and she left earlier, but I was able to write my own story, and I made sure, and it was also a trauma response, but I made sure that I showed up to the best of my ability, and my siblings did well too. Like, our name was just good at that space. And like I said, people would talk about me. People would go out of their way to say Marquise wasn't that good. Marquise is a capper. And I was capping sometimes. I was capper Nick. Not to take anything from him, but I was big time capping. Sometimes I really wasn't feeling that nice. But I always understood. And even if I'm feeling bad, giving that negativity to others doesn't move the ball forward. Like, me feeling like poop, me like struggling with my emotions and being angry doesn't always move the ball forward. I will not um, leave you all under any illusion that I didn't take those angers out. You know, I definitely got in a lot of fights early on in elementary school. All it took when I was younger, like early elementary, like first to fourth grade. By fourth grade, it was like, if I fight one more time, they might really put me out of here. Let me stop that. So it was a lot less sporadic. But all it took was you to talk about my mama, or you to just keep being stupid. I've really had a short temper for stupid, like intentional dumb. Like, you gonna eat that? You gonna eat? I'm gonna eat that. Yeah, that's mine. And then you reach for it and you touch it, and now we gotta share these. Talk about my mama, and it was one dude. Shout out to I ain't gonna say your name, but shout out to the brother. He was like, we both had pops issues at the time. Like, my pops is away, and like my parents are separating, and it's like volatile in the household at times. And I'm just like, I'm mad. I'm gonna be mad. I mean, they mad. And I'm like weak in this situation. I'm gonna go be mad in school. And I'm gonna be mad with this person when he talk about my mama. And then I'm gonna be a super student. And I'm gonna be so kind and well mannered and polite and eloquent. What's that special word they use for black people that can talk? I'm gonna be so articulate. I'm gonna articulate my message in a way that is just so profound. You know, I laugh. Like I said, I'm just thinking about all of these stories, all of these narratives that either get told about me or that I told myself about myself that found a way to limit me, and that I allowed to limit me. You know, I am from Baltimore. I'm from East Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. Let me say it right. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm from Baltimore, USA, to be more specific. You know, we're our own little world. And people have been exploring that a lot more as we are starting to take on bigger spaces. You know, we got Tank Davis. You got Tank in the ring, going business. We got artists. We got artists on the West Coast and the East. We got artists that's spreading out. Oh, no. Oh, I thought my thing went. We got artists that spread it out and stuff. We got authors such as myself and podcasters and a lot of different individuals in media. Shout out to Black Ass Flea Market giving space to people. Shout out to John Tyler, Sounds, and Kondwani Fidel. I be saying names wrong, but shout out to Kondwani. Shout out to that brother. They just won an Emmy for a short that they did for the Oreos. You want to clip these wings? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? What? In my city? Let me take the glasses off. The sun's starting to hit. The sun said hi. You know, the eyes said hi. You know, bring the eyes off. But yeah, like, we really like that. We really like that. You know, and it's good to see. Because like I said, I'm from East Baltimore. I'm from a space where we understood that death was a very real possibility. I got people that I know of right now that are just going through, and it's references, a lack of references, and there's a attachment to ideas that don't serve us no more. Like I said, I'm a yoga instructor, I'm a podcaster, I'm an author, I'm a musician, self-taught, and I gotta say that I'm self-taught, and I've been given little tips from people from time to time. But like I love music, and I love it so much that I'm gonna find out how to play the things that I love. So yeah. Self-taught musician. I'm a former educator. I taught in Baltimore City public schools. I'm sitting in the grass like I don't have like allergies. You know, like calisthenics artist. You know, I'm gonna put that in there. Calisthenics artist. I actually came up here to use the pull-up bar that is no longer here. This is my first day. I'm realizing that. Yeah, I'm really, really just in a space of gratitude, a space of thank you, God, because this thing that I'm able to do, this life that I'm able to live, was not guaranteed to me. And there were a lot of moments where I seen people lose the thing I believed at times was guaranteed for less, for like far less. So this thing on my chest, visionaries never die, legends survive. That is to say, like, the visionary doesn't die. The visionary lives on through the visions they express and share. The legends live on. The stories will survive. The stories continue to permeate different spaces. The stories are me. I am the stories, you know, and that's why I said as I started, I enjoy being the first person account to what my life is and was. I like to speak on the lives that I've seen. I like to speak on the lives that I've seen be uplifted, be healed, be freed, right? Shout out to the artists in that beef. I'm gonna talk about that on this. I'm gonna do another clip for that one. But shout out to that, man. Bruh, it's it's like 6:34 in the morning, bro. Like that, like it'd be funny because a lot of stuff that I did growing up, like this, like wake up early, ride a bike to a space, and sit and talk on the grass. This is my like standard. This is not even the weirdest thing I do. And this is the type of stuff that had people asking me young, like, are you on drugs? Like, are you wild? Like, this was kids asking me, am I on drugs? Like, I'm not even over 10 yet. And people like, you gotta be on crack or something. And it's like a joke in our community, but like, I'm really like energy. Like energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the boyfriend that's like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. You coming? She like, nah, and like that is a strike. And she don't want it to be. And then I like tell people they're like, you overreacting. I'm like, nah, cause like I'm not finna slow down. And don't fake like you gonna catch up with me. So yeah. But it's really beautiful, yo. Like early bird get the worm. I'm watching the birds chase the worms. They up here chirping and they chirping in. It's just so fucking beautiful. Yo, I was sick all last week. It was hot as like hell. Like quite literally. It was 99 degrees Saturday. Like I went to a cookout with my family. Like I'm overcoming the cold. Like I'm getting over it. And I said I'm gonna spend a little time with my cousins. Yo, it was a sauna outside. We are sitting out there, and it is literally like, it's like I feel dirty. It's so hot. Like I know I took a shower, and I'm already like swampy, like swampy, and it just wasn't doing it right. And today is like cooling off. They calling for 88. You know, it ain't even rise yet. Let me see where we at so far. Let me see where we at so far. Okay. 82, 81 degrees. Ain't too crazy. You know, the sun's still rising. Like I said, man, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I'm truly, truly grateful. Like, my grandmother does yoga. My uncle got his hip replaced. Like, life is life. And there have been bad things that have happened. Like, I've took some losses, and I will speak more about those things that I consider losses as I overcome them, because I don't want to speak about too much of the storm as I'm going through the storm. But I just want to say, like, yo, like, peace is free. Peace is free, and peace is a choice. And I laugh because I spoke a lot about the J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake thing a little bit as it was going on, and in hindsight it's 2020. And in the moment I also understood, like, J. Cole made a decision that is like different from what a lot of people have a context for. When you can come to your house, light yourself a candle, maybe make yourself a meal, or have ordered a meal, Ordered a meal, like ordered some food that speaks only to you, and you got your favorite music as an opportunity to explore. You got your favorite movies. Maybe you play the video games. Maybe you put some games, or you play a little game, and you mind your damn business, and nobody can intrude on that. Nobody, not your mama, and not no Negroes in the street that you got issues with. Sometimes it's just best to take your ball and go home. And sometimes you might have to throw that ball. Shout out to my cousins. You might have to throw that ball and leave. Let them have it. You got it. You got it. Because I'm going to take me a bubble bath. I'm going to go get in the sauna. I'm going to go get in the hot tub. I'm going to go spend some time with some beautiful women. I'm going to go mind my business. My business. I'm telling you. It's nothing like being able to mind your damn business. And I've had to really sit into that because I don't always mind my business. I make a lot of people, a lot of things my business without consent because I just be caring, right? Like I started this whole podcast because I was like, yo, my city is changing. And it's actively doing the thing I said it would. Like the lake is getting renovations. Like that area is being fixed up so that I think they're actually building a pool at this lake. And it might not be, and I might be overstepping, but they're building things over there. They're building things over there where the calisthenics bars are. This area is changing. Patterson Park area, Canton Waterfront area, Fells Point, Federal Hill, all of these different downtown adjacent spaces are changing. Why are the downtown adjacent spaces changing as they're talking about a harbor renovation? When they're talking about an inner harbor renovation, all of the adjacent spaces are changing as well. That doesn't seem like opportunity to you. And the thing about opportunity is you must seize it. It is here for all of us to partake in, but if you do not see said opportunity, you will be left out of said opportunities. So I'm just thinking a lot about that. And as I thought about that, I wanted to make people in my city aware of the events taking place. I was becoming familiar with Black Ass Flea Market, becoming familiar with Greenmount West Community Center, becoming familiar with Creative Nomads and these different organizations very set and intentionally working to do things differently in our community. Shout out to Vegan Soul Fest. Shout out to Hugh Cafe and Apothecary, Codetta's Bake Shop. Shout out to Michelle Blue Yoga, who has a space on Howard Street as well. There's yoga spaces. There's so much going on. There's so much to take part in that I honestly get offended when people say, like, why don't you do more? I'm like, bro, if you stopped and looked around, you wouldn't even ask me that question. You wouldn't even ask me why I don't have a yoga class when there's literally Daily Growth Yoga, Marcus Standback. Like, these are people that are accessible. Your ability to access them is dependent on you. A lot of people believe that they have access to me because I've given them that understanding. You do have access to me, but I'm limiting it now. Like, I can't do it as much as I did. Last year was a whole nother bag, right? And again, shout out to spaces like Branded Bespoke. Shout out to 25th Street in the city. Like, it's literally black-owned businesses and clothiers. If that's the word, clothier and tailors. And it's like black-owned initiatives. Like, there's no shortage of black business. There's a shortage of participation. There is a shortage of knowledge. And there is just a lack of desire to go partake in certain things. So, again, like I said, this past weekend was AFRAM. Like, there were so many businesses I'm aware of. Shout out to Brian on Utah Street, right next to Lexington Market with Black Genius Art Space. Like, Black Genius Art Show is a thing to partake in. There's so many businesses, bro. Like, I will literally go insane trying to say all of them. And I will also miss some. Like, I'll miss businesses and people that we need to be aware of as a collective, trying to think of all of them. That's how many are out here. And that is, like, mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, again, to say, like, there's people that are actively helping and doing the work. And that's what frustrated me. That's actually why I started this. Because as I became somebody who was capable of healing and giving to the community, I recognized there's already so many people in place. So when I started coming outside, like, yeah, because we need more, I felt like an asshole. Because I assumed there wasn't already communities of yogis, of stretch therapists, of medicinal, like herbal medicinal individuals. Like, there's so many people in my city that are actively like qualified to do the work. Who's allowing them to be qualified is a whole nother conversation, because there definitely are gatekeepers. But like, there's so many artists, musicians, like, bro, like Akila Devine, Al Rogers Jr., Bobby Woody, Brandon Woody, John Tyler. Like I said, he just won an Emmy. Like, what, bro? Shout out to that, bro. Shout out to them peoples. He's not the only one who won an Emmy. It was like a group of individuals responsible for it. Shout out to the Oreos for even allowing that to happen. Shout out to like big organizations like starting to touch down in the city and like leave impact. Like, like everything I said is like here. It's like here. Like, I'm gonna like repost one of my old videos, one of my old early morning reflections, and just laugh. Because I was sitting in my uncle's room in Rosedale. Like, I'm out the way. I'm not even in the county. I'm in the county, and I'm still like very close to the city. Like, Rosedale is one of them counties that's like, yo, it's right next to over east. Like, it ain't that deep. But I'm in this little county area. Like, waking up in the morning, going to this public school in the city to teach. And it's a charter school. Shout out to the charter schools. Shout out to the schools that are doing the work and making space for arts for young and black individuals. Shout outs to them. I'm not gonna get specific in this moment, because of politics, but shout out to y'all. Y'all know who you are. Like I said, man, like I'm really in this space, and just becoming aware of it. Like, I'm going outside more. The pandemic made it so that we all went in our house and we didn't come back out, and that part where we didn't come back out made so much space for people to like build and like start their businesses and like step into arenas that they hadn't been in. And that's like local small entrepreneurs, and that's like bigger spaces that wanted to go in a new direction. And I started to see the benefit of that. And I would go to events and I would meet people and I would get business cards. And I got like a stack of business cards in the crib, like people I haven't called and people that I may just reach out to at some point moving forward. But as I said, like, that is so awesome to me because this year is all of those things coming to fruition. Shout out to Empanada Lady, Elisa. Shout out to like the whole Empanada space. It's like I like having the hat on. I like having the helmet on. I got helmet hair too. Let me see. Okay, so y'all see the hat. The hairline's starting to wild out because it's growing back. But yeah, helmet hair is a whole nother bag. Yeah, but like I said, it's so much. It's so much. It's so much and then some. And as long as the outcome is income, and y'all go find a way to get some, we blessed, man. I'm looking forward to this renovation. I'm really, fingers crossed. I'm hoping it come back like that. Because we do muscle ups out here. We do work out here. You know what I'm saying? We do work out here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing crazy, but it is though. Yeah, but this morning I'm grateful, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these. But I will end it like this: one day made better is many things made greater. I'm uplifting you to be in a world that cares. If I keep it to myself, I believe that is unfair. The joys we are given are best when shared. Visionaries never die. Legends survive. Through the seeds we sow daily, we get better with time. I am a guy from a place. Charm City Bipper, Keith the Vandal. Marquise is the name my mama gave me. And we're built in private. We're blessed in public. Whether they like it or love it, the process is indeed trusted. So go be beautiful. Go be blessed. Stay hydrated. I got some hydration with me. I'm not shouting out this brand, but stay hydrated. Because it's hot. Summertime. Protect yourselves. If you're out here having a hot person summer, having a hot body summer, put on some protection because there are, in fact, things being transmitted. You understand? Put on some protection, all layers of protection. Your energy needs to be protected, right? Not just your special organs, but your whole body need to be protected. Because some people ain't got right intentions out here. You know, don't get too drunk. Don't get too high. Well, go ahead yourself. A good old time. Cause I'm going to definitely have mine. In the summertime. It's a wild outro. Yeah, I mean.
We were searching for the right way, did a lot of wrong. Can't go back, gotta move on. Gotta move forward with corrections given and accept that living still brings pain. Even when you're moving with the best intentions and you're blessed with visions of joy, bliss, peace. Gratitude for every day I live to speak and I live to breathe in growth and abundance. Traumas get healed when the shadows confront it. I know my truth, I wear it in public. Meditate, pray, and give praise when I rise. Keep a clear mind and the planet stays high. Came here with everything, came here perfected. Took on some bags that I thought were protection. I let it all go, every limit. Grateful for peace in this life that I'm living. Glad to say the cycles are finished, complete. And I'm still on my feet. Wishing you peace. Wishing you peace. Wishing you peace. Well, thankful. Peace.